Am I live or not? I think I'm live. Ooh, we are live. Dang, finally made it. You know how I've been trying to make this work. Who's here? Let me check my phone. See if anybody is here. Ah. Mm, mm, mm. Trying to make it Grinchify today. Let me see. Who is on here? Let me pull this up on my phone. Go live. Oh, here we go. Go live. Let me turn this down. Who is here? It's for us. Hello, everybody, and Merry Christmas. I really tried to be Grinch today. I wasn't getting it right, but what's missing is the hands. Merry Christmas. You see what you do when you don't have any kids? Not you doing crazy activities. Merry Christmas. Okay. Welcome. I'm looking to see if nobody's here. Can we play music? I don't think so. I don't know if you can play music. Let me just leave it for now. You look a lot like Christmas. Mm-mm. Say hello, man. Come and say hello. How are you doing? Come say hi. Say hi. You can't look a lot like Christmas. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Oh, see, it's on the reverse. So my right hand, which is this, is showing you for your left. Okay. So let me give you a runner of my outfit. Or let me tell you the shenanigans that happened, right? So I am green because I wanted to be the Grinch. Now the original plan was to get me a Grinch costume, but I'm currently in Jamaica, and when I checked to see when it was gonna get to Jamaica, it was not. They told me I wouldn't get it for Christmas. So I said, okay, well, we'll find an alternative. So I was saying to myself, how could I do something makeshift? So I tried to get a suit here in Jamaica, and they didn't have any. I said, "Do you have a Grinch?" They didn't have any. I went to all the party place, all the party stores I could think of. I went to the I went there and was asking around, you got Grinch stuff? They say no, not even nothing. It's the only thing I could find that I say, okay, then he wears a Christmas hat, so that's easy to find. But I was trying to get the face. That's the reason why I'm green. I was trying to do the makeup, but I didn't want to spoil the. I had more stuff to put on this, but it is what it is. And it wasn't gonna work out. So I said, okay, let's get face paint to like paint myself green. The problem is the places in Jamaica, at least where I was going, they had a bunch of paint, but they didn't have paint that was on. Who's that? Yes, I'm okay. Who's this? They had a bunch of paint, but they didn't have face paint. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. I'm trying to be Grinch, but I was explaining the whole process and how I'm. Yes, I'm in Grinch mode. Yeah, so I couldn't find any face paint. For some reason, people don't really buy face paint in Jamaica. I don't know, but I couldn't find any. And when I finally found one place that had it, they told me that they just closed. So, what's a good. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. But they told me it was just closed, and then I said, you know what? can you use makeup to do face paint? And they said, I Googled it, it's like, yeah. So I was like, all right, okay. Well, this is the help of ChatGPT giving me instruction on how to do it. So yeah, today I am Grinch for because technically I'm a Seventh Day Adventist and they don't really celebrate Christmas, but I love Christmas. So like, you like Christmas, so you can't be the Grinch. But the thing, I'm not supposed to celebrate Christmas, but I like Christmas. That's why I chose Grinch. I feel like that's like a sweet spot. It can't be blamed for that. But so every year I think I might be the Grinch. And I'm gonna work on the costume next year so that I make sure I have a costume and everything. I'm gonna Grinchify my house. So that's the plan going forward. Where are you from? I'm trying to figure out who this is. Unknown Richie. I think I know you. I'm not sure. Where are you from? Where are you based right now? Traveling to that. Yes, 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 yes. Where are you from? Are you in Jamaica? Or which country are you in? Oh, you from the start. What do you call the start? Which year are we talking? Which year are we talking? Because I started in 2016. Very first video I did was probably okay, the video editor. Okay, got it. Very first video, break this out, ring it. Listen, that's between me and God, okay? That's between me and God. I am guilty of that too. Sometimes I'm a half day Christian, but I'm working on it. You see, I try for Saturday. What year? How you know this now? You see me part on a Saturday. Nobody can do. If you don't have no picture, there's no proof. No proof at all. You not see me try for Saturday? No, sir. You don't have no proof. If you don't have no evidence, you don't have no proof. Yeah, I'm working on it. But okay, I got a message from a video editor. I'm getting help with the videos because it's so many of them, and I really don't have enough time to edit the videos. So I have an assistant, and she just messaged me to tell me that it is ready. So I'm gonna check that out later. But uh, I am I have the series running, but because I had a promise that I promise I made to my brother when he was, I want to say 10, 11 years old. I want to say he's 10 years old. I can't remember. Because he's now 22, so I'll make it 12 years. I made a promise. I told him that, hey, if you pass for a traditional high school, which is considered a good school in Jamaica, I would take you with me to Disney World. I'm not sure if you saw that video that I just posted yesterday. So my video editor sent me the link to the new video that is going to be dropping tomorrow. Well, today actually. Today I'm going to get it for 7 o'clock. So in like 4 hours, we'll send that, and then we'll pick up back on the series on Saturday. So we didn't stop it; it's still running. So on Saturday, I'm gonna continue the series. I've never heard you tell the ticket agent you need to reach your destination by 6 p.m. or something. Mm, on which video that? Explain. Never heard it. Oh, I get what you said. Hey, let me tell you something. You see them people there? They don't. You don't really have any control over that. It's gonna leave you. It's gonna leave you. I'm telling you. Even though I have a problem with being late, like I miss everything. I miss bus. I miss plane. I miss train. Whatever. So I can't tell them that, hey, I need to get to where I need to get to before 6 p.m. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. It's technically it's not 6 p.m. It's sunset. So there's a difference. It's not 6 p.m. It's sunset. So I gotta be where I need to be before the sunset, which sometimes you get caught up on the road. But we don't have no control over the people them on them flight. They will leave you. And I remember I think I was going to New Orleans and I think they said it was 5 minutes to boarding or something. And I said, all right, I have some time. And I walk around to the terminals, sightseeing and whatever. And I went in one of the stores. I was buying some stuff and then I heard my name calling on the thing. And I said, I remember I rushed, the guy said to me, listen, we love you, but we'll leave you. We will leave you. So, me not take no check with that. I thought you were on time person. No, make anybody tell you, me always late. Let's just say I am very optimistic. So I always think I can do a bunch of things in a short period of time. That is my justification for why I'm late. Because I will have an hour and I say, yeah, man, we can do this, this, and this, and this. And it just never always work out. So, as the time comes, not a question. Hold on, man, hold on. I'm trying to see if everybody else have any question. But I guess, see anybody else is here. Where are you from? Where are you based, I should say, because where you're from and where you're currently located could be two different places. You answered some question years ago. Okay. All right. Shoot me with the questions. What kind of questions you have? Let's answer them right now before we forget. What kind of questions you have? Need to repeat. Okay. Shoot the questions. What kind of questions you have? Send the questions to me. Um, Budget, married life. Okay. Those sound like two different topics. So what are the questions you have? Give me the question format. How do you choose the countries? Good question. Okay. How do I normally choose the countries? I normally okay, good topics. Okay. I normally I think originally when I started going to countries where I spoke the same language because it was easier. And the first country I went to was Cayman Islands, but that was because my father lived in Cayman Islands at the time. He was traveling there for 30 plus years. And that was the very first trip. I think I was 9 years old, so I didn't really have control over that one. But the second one I went to was the US, and I went to US by myself. And I was a very I'll say if I was nervous, I can't remember if I was nervous. I must have been nervous. That was a couple years ago. I was 18 years old and I was in university at the time and they had work and travel program. So that's why I went to the US. But then I kept going back after I left university and all of that. So that's the second country. How I went to Mexico. Mexico was the third country. And I went there because um, I came across a cheap flight. I literally saw a cheap. I was in New York, and I was there for like a good, maybe like a 2 or 3 weeks, and then I what was it? At the time, that airline is no longer in operation. But I came across a cheap flight for like $200 round trip for a week in Mexico, and I was like, "Yep, I'm taking that." And I jumped on the plane and I went there, and I think I spent a week, and I found a hostel somewhere for $68, including breakfast. I think they're providing lunch and dinner. I don't remember, but it was mad cheap. So I was like, when I start calculating, I said, "Yeah, man, this makes sense." So it wasn't a case of like me deliberately choosing. I just do it based on the flight, and it was cheap at the time. And then when I deliberately started selecting, I did it based on logistics. So the next big trip I did was when I hit, I think, about 16 countries at once, or almost 17 countries at once. And that was because I saw how I could travel from Mexico, go all the way down to South America. Um, and I figured that if I was over there and didn't come back to Jamaica, I could just jump from one country to the next. And I was working remotely, so I was saying, okay, once I'm making money, I can just change countries and whatever. So gave up my apartment and all the things, and I packed my stuff and sent it to Mandeville. And I said, listen, I'm gonna do this for the next 6 months and see how it worked out. And I did that based on location and not having to go back, because if I kept going back to Jamaica, it would get very expensive. And I know if I was in Mexico heading to make Belize, it would be cheaper that way than going, coming back, and then going again. So I just do bam, 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 bam. So I literally just followed the map and went all the way down. And then by the time I got to Argentina. My best friend was graduating and whatever, and I had to come back to the thing to her event in Jamaica. So I found a cheap flight. I don't even know how I did it. First of all, I was in Argentina and I found a cheap flight in Brazil. I'm gonna say, oh, it's cheap flight from Brazil to the US and then to Jamaica. So I was thinking, yo, how am I going to get? So if I book the flight in Bali in for Brazil to the US, I have to figure out how to get from Argentina to Brazil. So after like doing about 1 day of research, I said, okay, let's book the Brazil to US leg first, and then figure out how to get from Argentina to to Brazil. And that is how I ended up at Brazil. It wasn't like I was intentionally trying to, yes, I was, but not right now. But because the flight was in a different country, I say it's cheaper to fly to Belize to Brazil and get the flight there to US than take one from Argentina back to the US. So one is based on logistics, and two, it's based on um I guess pricing and what makes sense. It wasn't a case, oh, I've always wanted to go to this country, let's go there. No, logistically. Hold on, let me see if I can. I hope that answer your question. But in the next trip, I'm literally going to be choosing. I do it based on the bulk or the area where the countries are in. But if you make a flight arrangement in less than a month, ticket. You know what? It don't always work that way. You know, sometimes when you book a ticket, for example, I have done crazy flights like same day flights. And the only reason why that even happened was because I missed my flight. I was in the airport, missed the flight, and the flight attendant say, "Oh, listen, you can't come on this flight. It's already closed. You have to book another flight." But I needed to go leave same day, so I booked the flight while I was in the airport, and that's how I ended up on a same day flight. But in most cases, I think it's probably like a week or two out, and sometimes it's expensive and sometimes it's not. But my plans are in most cases up in the air. I really do things on the fly sometimes, so I don't I don't I don't watch the like, oh, if you book far out. No, I'm gonna really follow that. That's a jump on it. Let me see. Let me see if I have other question. Put the phone. When you when you tell husband, go again. When you tell husband, I don't know if okay, and family, you plan. How did they accept it? Okay, let's address one thing first. There's no husband, at least not yet. We're working on it. We work on it, and when it happens, you will find out. But working on that one. Family. Okay, let me tell you what my parents, because my parents, I don't think I gave my parents I didn't tell them in detail what I was planning to do. I don't think my parents just saw. I contacted my uncle and sent the stuff to my parents' house and told them where to put it. And they were kind of confused because it's like, why is this stuff coming over here? Why is sending stuff? And I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna travel. for like 6 months. You and him was married, but ring was on your finger in the beginning. Look here, let me tell you something. Me buy ring for myself first. You know? Lord, look how me mash up my thing there. Hold on. Look how me mash up my outfit. Let me work on it. Yeah, go on. Okay. No, not yet. We're not we're not married yet. And I'm not sure who you're talking about. You and him. Who is him? Whatever him you're talking about, the him is not in the is no longer in the picture. Yeah, I don't know which him. But when I told my parents about it, my father said that that's crazy. What's the plan? You don't plan to have children? What are you doing? My father's a straight shooter. He goes straight to it. What's the plan? What you doing? So I had to kind of like explain what I'm trying to do, and he's like, "That's crazy. So you don't plan to come back? What is?" I was like, I'll figure it out. Like, I just haven't think that far. I'll figure it out. Random traveling. Okay. Yes, but telling him random traveling and boyfriend harder to accept. I'm telling you, I don't know. Um, I don't know how to answer your question or respond to your statement, but he just didn't get it. And then what I had to do is like every time, so I had emergency contact because I was like, worst case scenario, something happened, I have them on standby. So what I would do is add them as my emergency contact. Every time I change a country, I would let them know. So I have my best friend I share my location with my best friend. So every time I change my country, I say, yo, check on it, and you just let me know. If anything happened, I'll let you know. So even like when I'm going on an Uber, I would share the ride with them, especially in the nights, so they would know they can follow the ride to know when I've gotten to my destination. So for safety reasons, someone will always know when I'm moving. So that's how I would normally go about it. So I guess because I was telling them as I traveled, they kind of like, oh, she's serious about this, and they kind of stopped asking questions and just was working with it. It got to the point where Daddy was, he start boasting and say, oh yeah, my daughter is in this country, my daughter is in this. Where are you now? So yeah, I guess they eventually got onto it. The guy was tall and kind of slim, I think. Good safety plan. Yeah, I always do that during trip. Well, yeah, that person is not no longer in the picture. Um, Good safety plan because I'm always worried. Yeah, I definitely like when I'm traveling. I definitely always think about those things. I say worst case scenario. One, if you lose your money, what happened? You need a plan. If you lose a passport, you need a plan because sometimes things you will pass through airport and you give the security officer your passport, and sometimes people walk off, leave the passport. It happens. So I had to think about, okay, where is the embassy, where's the Jamaican embassy in the country I'm going to, our consulate. Worst case scenario, I can't find my passport, I'd give them a call and try to get it back. I also have a copy of my passport, like picture wise, in my phone, and my visa as well, just in case I lose it. And even sometimes I don't even carry the physical passport. When they say ID, please, I'll just show the picture of it. So can this work? And sometimes I get away with showing the picture of my passport. So that's normally my plan when I was in the trailer. Which trailer? Listen, I've done so many videos. Oh, okay. Oh, I know this one. That one is in Atlanta. Yeah, that one was that was a little bit crazy. Yeah, sometimes I travel and I don't really tell anybody that I'm traveling. I'll tell like one person, because I will talk to my parents, and for example, I'll talk to my father and he was like, where are you now? And I say, yeah, I'm in X country. And it's like, how you never tell me see a God a country, God somewhere. So I definitely I definitely choose some crazy, do some crazy things and not tell people because I know they're gonna judge me for it. I'll just do it after and then tell them I did it. In the yeah, the camp, yeah. That was in Atlanta. And it was during COVID time, so I didn't want to like mix and mingle with people. So I think when I saw it, I was like, this is the perfect option to choose on Airbnb. It's no longer there, I don't think. I'll check again, but it was a great little activity. While I did it, you found in the middle. Yeah, yeah, man. I've done some some crazy. I've done some crazy thing. I think one of the craziest things that has ever happened to me would probably be um traveling from Bolivia. Is it Bolivia? No, traveling from Bolivia, from Peru to Bolivia, trying to get into Bolivia. I didn't know I need a visa for Bolivia. No, let's say I knew because it was a visa on arrival, but I didn't know how to get it because I was trying to call the consulate to see if I could get it before I left. But I booked the ticket, never have no visa at all. I booked the ticket and the bus driver, no problems, and they brought me all the way to the border between Peru and Bolivia. The guy for Bolivia gave me the exit for Peru gave me the exit ticket. Let me know what your grade recommend. Let me tell let me tell you what upgrades recommended. Okay, shoot. Um, new GoPro or action. I have. I don't remember what type of GoPro I have. What is I bought it a couple years ago. Maybe it's like 4 or 5 years ago, so I probably need updating. But I have a next big trip to do. More pop. Okay. You know what? Let me write. Let me get a note. Let me get a little notepad because it look like you're giving me some tips here. So go per action. And I think back then when I used to do the live on Christmas during 12 travels, I still haven't released the last Chris 12 travels, But the reason for that was because when I broke up myself on episode 3 and I couldn't continue. But I'll tell you another time about that. I was talking about the craziest thing I've done. That was between going from Peru to Bolivia. Didn't know I needed it. Well, I knew I needed a visa. I didn't know how to get it, and I got stuck at the border. And it's a good thing is like I did it while it was in the day, so I had like time to figure it out. And I got an exit stamp for Peru, and then I needed an entry stamp for Bolivia, but I didn't get it yet. So technically, I was in between. So I was illegal in Peru, walking around for hours trying to figure out how to get the visa to go over there. It was crazy, and nobody knows speak English. try try navigate that without English speaking. That was a day. Tell me cry, me cry, me cry. And you know what's funny? All of this is captured on camera because I was recording as I went through. So it's a part of the journey. That was country number in the teens. You haven't gotten there yet, but it's coming. More pop. So you will see all of those um, pop colors. I'm gonna have to work on that because on editing. Okay, so I have to work on the editing. I know that it needs work, but because I have so much, it's like I feel like it will take me way too long to figure it out. So I have to slowly work on it, and then also guide my assistant so she can help me. All right, more pop and colors in between. All right, so yeah, I'm working on those action camera. What kind of action camera they have out there now? I don't really follow up these things. I think you had asked me also if I'm still doing programming. I level up. I'm still I'm still a I'm still a programmer by profession. Do I do programming? Sometimes. I'm officially now a project manager, so I manage website developers. But to manage website developers, you have to know what you're doing. So because of my development knowledge, I'm able to guide the developers on what the client is looking for. So think of me as a bridge between the client and the developers. Clients say they want the sky blue. We can't say, all right, translate it. Okay, let's make this blue, right? So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm a certified project manager. I got my certification last month. Yeah, last month officially. Set the exam and pass it and all the things. So I'm a certified project manager, and I am managing website projects. Yeah, you need action because your adventure might lead to dropping five sheesh, or more every month. Yeah, definitely. I'll work on that. I don't really know what the adventure cameras out there, but I definitely think they're DJI Pocket. I'm writing DJI. I think I've heard of that one. Osmo is ideal too if you budget. Hey, my budget's small and about budget big. You try give me one budget friendly one. My budget big. What the budget friendly option there? What? You know how much it costs to go in my country and I try to go you out. Is that okay? Pocket. All right, I'm gonna look on those. All right. See if I can program. Your programmer editing skill will improve. We'll see. I mean, I don't know. I feel like it takes practice. You have to actively work on it. So um I'll definitely work on that. People not making website that much no more. So sponsorship is less. Yeah. But the thing is, like my specialty is not just making website. I would consider myself a mechanic. How I started, not say how I started though, but what I was doing for most of my tenure doing website development, I was fixing websites. I normally fix broken website. You get hacked, your whatever is broken on inside, I normally the person they call to fix it. I'm a fixer. So I normally fix stuff which I still doing because I still do QA. So when the developers are finished with the work, they'll send it over to me and I'll QA it, I'll check for errors and whatever, and I'll send it back to them. So I still do that. And there are times when the problem I see is so small that it doesn't make sense to go call back the developer. I just jump in and fix it myself. You need a translator on your phone to help with languages. Yeah, and that's the other thing too. One of the things why, and this would help also with the question as to how I choose the country. I think why I chose Central and South America was because my Spanish, that was like my second language. So my Spanish, I was comfortable with some things, so like basic conversation, and if they're patient with me, I can understand what they're saying. But most of them were very fast, and every country had a whole different way of saying their Spanish. I didn't even know that, but I think Mexico was a clearer Spanish. But then as I start going down, it just get complicated. And then Chile, I think the hardest Spanish was Chile. Is a different kind of Spanish, and everybody can tell. Even the Spanish speakers can tell that it's a different kind of Spanish. So I was working on it, and I think because I was trying to improve my Spanish, I thought it was like a great way to do the Spanish and being immersed in the language and all the things. I picked up a lot of things along the way, but I still need work. And Duolingo is helping, but not really. So I need some more hands-on work to think. And someone was suggesting watching movies in Spanish. So I'm working on that too. So hopefully I'll have that. But the problem is, my next big trip is going to be. Asia and Australia, because Australia is a whole continent by itself. So is Australia, and I'm thinking to go to New Zealand, Australia, Japan, South Korea. I figure to do North Korea. Me I go North Korea, but with Jamaican passport. Once you fix up the edits a bit more, then the sponsorship will come in. We'll see. And I was wondering too. I don't know if I was looking on the subscribers, and I was like, I don't think it's growing that fast, because I think for the year, I don't know if I've gotten 100 subscribers. I don't know. I don't think the subscribers are growing, but I said with time it will come through. Once you fix the editing, yeah, I'll work on that. If you don't have time, you need a marketer urge a professional beggar. Oh, you call marketers professional beggar. In this sponsorship application, I want to go to South Korea. Don't want yeah. I'm more so my goal is, well, next year 26 let me say 2016 2026 is to work on community. I feel like once you work on your community, the sponsorship will come in. So I'm working on building my audience. I'm working on building my audience, and I feel like with time it will come in. So my next big trip is to head to over the other side of the world, which will be my first time going that far. I'm still working. I'm working remotely, so I really have to figure out the timing. And I work during normal working hours, which is 9 to 5. So I have to arrange my travel time over the weekends. So I'll change country on the weekends and do my excursion on the weekends. So I really have to like plan it through. So I'm gonna sit down and see how much it costs me for the budget, how much each country going to cost me, and then start saving towards it. Because girl, I have to save. We have to save for it. And yeah, the other thing to every based on the countries I'm going to, I think each country speak a different language. Well, Australia and New Zealand speak English. I don't have to worry about that. But we're talking Japan, South Korea, and chances are, if I'm going that far, I'm probably gonna hit like 10 one time. I'm gonna go with the big ones first, but I also remember that I'm gonna need visas, so I'm gonna work on that too. I need visas, and I know that there are a couple countries there that I don't need visa for, like Fiji, which is all the way, and the flights for Fiji are crazy. But I got a voucher from American Airline because when I was coming back to Jamaica, they overbooked the trip, and they had way more people coming in than what they had space for. And they asked me if I wanted to sit up in a hotel for 4 days until they find the next flight for me. And in addition to that, they would give me $1,200 in flight miles, not miles, like a voucher. So I have like a $1,200 US flight voucher that I'm gonna use to go to Fiji. And then I'll figure out the rest from there. So I have that, but then I have to think about the language barrier for all of those countries I'm going to go. I think you're thinking Thailand, Philippines, Singapore, all of those countries over that side, all of them speak different language. So I've definitely have to figure out an app or find an app to help me navigate all of that. But I think I should be able to find somebody who speaks English in each country, right? Beg for the trip. Beg for the trip upcome. What? Beg for the big trip. Hey, me not like begging now. I beg I say. I don't like me not like beg things, me not beg things at all. I'll prefer to work on it. You're getting a sponsorship from a company, not going to upset you because you're brave to stay in the and show you get us on to the next trip. Yeah, so what I'm thinking to do is like, so I'm working on a strategy to say, okay, what I could do is probably get a partial sponsorship. I got one in Peru, and the only reason why I got it is because I told them like, hey, I'm doing this whole trip thing. And I would, what I'm asking for is a free excursion, and in return, I will talk about your company and your services because I'm using your services on the trip. So I will talk about your company, and I will add links to your company so we can find you. And he agreed, and that's how I got to Machu Picchu. I got a discount. Let's say I got a discount for Machu Picchu, and a free rainbow mountain excursion. So that's like a one and a half kind of thing. So I think with with the other trip I'm gonna do, I think that I can negotiate and probably get like a hotel deal or excursion deal or something partially. I use the word big, so you understand. Okay, try grades or local brands. Try local brands. You know what's funny? I think local brands jump on the bandwagon when a, a bigger market has seen it. So, like for example, if if your story has gathered light in the US, Jamaica will jump on it. It is crazy, but that's just how the world works. So I think with time that will happen, and I'm also working on my travel agency that I'm looking to develop this year because I want to start. Let's say start. I already started, but go on overdrive on offering trips for people. And I would love one day to start having a travel club where I can have people travel with me. That's like one of my big goals. I would love to have group trips and do find people who are as crazy as I am. But yeah, I would definitely do like a big trip, South Korea that side, and then come back to Jamaica, relax a little bit, and then go back again. But the second trip would be the UK. Not UK. Well, UK will be a part of it because I have family there, so I would get that visa. That's one visa. But then I will get the Schengen visa, which give you access to most of Europe, or at least a good portion, half of it, like 20 something countries. And that would be the second big trip I take. I have two other trips before the big trip to South Korea and Australia and all those countries. The first one is Cuba. It's between Cuba and Haiti because niggas say, Haiti is dangerous. It's between Cuba and Haiti because I have those two to go to. I was trying to go to Venezuela, but Venezuela got problems right now with the US. I'm not trying to be down there and the flight. And it's funny because when I look on the flights to Venezuela, the plane that I was gonna book to get me there, they've temporarily canceled their route until further notice. So I'm just gonna let them sit for now, and then come back another time. I'll definitely come with you on those trips. Yeah, I'm gonna organize one. I think it might be easier to do something in Jamaica first and then branch out into like a closer country, like probably Dominican Republic. I have a bunch of friends in Dominican Republic, which is should be easier for me to gather a trip there. I have like tour operators, transportation, people who are actually living in Dominican Republic. So that is the next that like I could package something to send people there and also to go with them. So I definitely think that would be a good group trip separate from Jamaica. And then the second one would be Colombia. Oof, man, I love Colombia. I think I've been to Colombia 3 times. Yeah, 3 times. And DR, I went to DR 3 times this year. It wasn't intentional, but I went to Dominican Republic 3 times this year. Sure. The team you and international brands should be approaching you already. Well, no, they haven't. And I just think it's probably they haven't seen me yet. But I said with time it will work out. So yeah, that's my plan. And what I'm thinking to do for this year. Well, I can't say this year. This year is almost finished. Next year, I'm planning to start doing 2 videos a week. So that would be Wednesday and Saturday, to speed the videos up, because you are still seeing COVID videos. I don't know if you realize that my face still has on a mask, so you're still seeing COVID videos, and that's how I was trying to be consistent for this year, to make sure every week I push out a video. But I'm gonna bump it up for next year and do 2 videos a week, to make sure that you can catch up, because right now my country number 21 and you're only seeing country number 5, so it's way behind. Footage back up, yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'm going to give other people a chance to ask. So you'll be asking, people are in here, but I think they are silent, and I think you are answering questions that they probably have too. So maybe that's why. But I have like a bunch of external hard drives with videos just sitting. Okay. And I'm talking like, uh, to be honest, you see videos to how much I travel, you don't see half of the videos you don't see half of the travel that because I sometimes I travel without recording anything at all. Because I like traveling sometimes and just not recording nothing, just being present. I really don't like the limelight and being in it. I really don't like it. But based on the goal I'm trying to achieve, I know that I can't escape it. So that's why I'm really on here and promoting, and so you can follow my journey. But I'm not really a social media person to be up on it on all the time. And because the other day you skip over to a modern trip. Which modern trip was that? You store them on your cloud. No, I have. So I had to buy storage on Google. I think I bought like 2 terabytes of storage, and the reason for that is I have I have 2 video editors who help me edit. So I'll organize the videos in folders and give them instruction on how to cut and how to whatever, how to structure the thing, and do it in episodes and whatever. So I'll upload a bunch of footage and just organize in a particular way so they can understand it, and then push it to them, and then they access it on their end, pull it down and edit it. So I can pretty much operate this way anywhere in the world, which I'm currently doing right now. So that's why I had to take the storage, but I also have physical copies, well, physical external hard drive with a bunch of them working on to ensure that worst case scenario something happened, I have them back in the store. And every video on YouTube in the channel on the channel right now is on an external hard drive somewhere. Because you don't know, one day YouTube can come and say, yo, no more videos, and just take down everything that's there. So in the event that happens, I have my things stashed aside just in case. Need to keep in the cloud because you can't fly around. It's so much stress. Oh yeah, that's true. Um, yeah, I guess so. I do it based on the recent one. So as a video is edited, I'll take them down off the cloud and store elsewhere because I don't want to run out of space. This is how much content I have. I have a whole heap of stuff, and I have videos from all the way back to 2019 just sitting. And the reason why I haven't even showed it yet was because I'm in this whole series. So from time to time when I break a season, you'll start seeing some of those footage. For example, there was one year, I think it was 2020. I went to Mardi Gras. You know when they were saying, "Oh, COVID broke out in New Orleans"? It broke out from the Mardi Gras that I went to, because I came back sick. Okay, I was in Mardi Gras. I was doing Mardi Gras 2020, February 25 there or thereabout, and then a couple days after that, Jamaica shut down the airport. So yeah, I have a bunch of those footage just sitting down. So when once I break a season, I'll start pushing them in to break it and then start on a new season. So I'm working, definitely working on that. Um Lot of memory cards. Yeah, I do. I have a little pocket thing with a bunch of memory cards. I think the biggest one I have is some couple gigs. Couple gigs. Because the problem when I travel, there are two problems I normally face when I travel. First problem is storage. So I'll use the camera until the storage run out or the battery dies. So when I go out in a day to do an activity, I have to walk with backup. Um, I have to walk with backup camera battery to switch out whenever the battery dead. That's literally how I've been operating. When I'm traveling, bunch of gears. I have a whole heap of gears. I'm talking heavy, heavy things. Because I think the last time I did the trip, I had a drone, I had a GoPro, I had the vlogging camera, which is Canon 7GX. I always go again. Some Canon GX, some G7X. And I had what's the other one? Like a Canon, a big sit down camera, Canon, heavy as hell. Um, and I walked around for like months with that bag. Heavy, I'm telling you. Right now, I think the bag needs to be like sewn because of how heavy it was, and it was like tearing apart. But I gotta figure out a way how to be more efficient because I see people travel with lighter stuff and they still get job done. So I must be doing something wrong. So I'm gonna work on that and see how I can tweak it. Yeah, I mean, I think I've said everything in terms of what to expect. Double up the videos to to a week, and someone I think I met a subscriber in a supermarket one day who told me, have you thought about going on TikTok? And I was like, yeah, I'm on TikTok, but I'm not on there. I go there to spy and come back home. I don't really post anything on TikTok, but I'm gonna start have some consistency because I can't manage everything at once. Managing YouTube, managing Instagram, managing Facebook, managing is a lot of work. So I'll just find two I really like and work with that. And if I have more time, I'll figure out how to add the others. But I see other people in here. Do you guys have any questions? I know you're probably joining late. So I just want to give you opportunity to say what your thoughts are if you've had a chance to watch the series so far, going to other countries in the world as a Jamaican and needing a bunch of visas. Because that's going to be my next activity, getting the visas. And some countries don't have embassies here. So for example, Paraguay, I've been trying to get a Paraguay visa for months now. The problem is we don't have an embassy here, and the nearest embassy is in Dominican Republic, and it's not in Punta Cana, which is like would have been easy to get to. It's in the main city, which is Santo Domingo. So I'll have to arrange a flight to get to Santo Domingo to get the visa. You see what I'm saying? Like now I understand when people get second citizenship just to avoid all those problems because quite a few Caribbean countries have a stronger passport than ours, and they can travel to Europe without a visa. They can travel to Asia in some areas without a visa. So um, I've met one or two Jamaicans who got a second citizenship to avoid all of that visa situation. I think they got it by investment. So they invested a couple thousand US dollars. A whole heap. They invested a lot to get the visa, to get citizenship, so they could use that passport to travel to all the other countries, European countries, and all of that. And I think I heard about one country that's even easier without that amount of investment is Uruguay. So I'm about to check that out, and I'll let you guys know when I figure it out. Because man, visas are crazy. So for example, the UK visa was expensive, and it's only 6 months, one entry. So no, it wasn't one entry. It was multiple entry, but it was only 6 months. So you know you're gonna save all that money to get to there for the to get over there. Let's say you spend like 2 weeks. Within 6 months, it's no longer valid, and you gotta apply for another one. So my next plan is to get a longer visa, which is probably gonna be more money. Yes, it's gonna be more money, but I'm probably gonna go for like 2 or 5 years if I can. That way I can minimize um, going back so often and paying so much money. But I have a couple visas to get, and some of them I'll have to send my passport. I think to the US to get it. So like Iceland is a one by itself. You have to send it to Washington D.C. and get that sorted. Um, quite a few countries you have to physically go in another country to get it. So it's gonna be a task. Gonna be a task. Um, but yeah, what are you guys' thoughts? Any other questions? Any other questions? Let me see my phone. Sure. Mm, I feel the thing like okay. Who's that? No, okay, yeah, your suitcase. Can you write it down? Winter gear. Yeah, that's the thing too. Like when you know, yeah, I'm telling you, I have to yeah, you have to know what kind of suitcase you buy. I'm hoping that the suitcase I have now will do the trick. I just bought one in August because the other one I had fell apart. I need somebody who can a company who can do a suitcase that can survive these people throwing the suitcase at the airport. Because I feel like that's the problem. It's just not working out. Yeah, winter gear. No, I think I have to be more strategic. So what I probably could do is buy the winter gear when I get there and then maybe donate it when I'm leaving. Because I have a friend who actually does that. Like when he travel with a small carry-on, and then when he get to the country, he buy the clothes and he wear it temporary. But I feel like that's not cost effective. He buy it and then when he's leaving, because he don't have any space for it, he'll donate it. I don't know if that I don't know. Because what if you buy a clothes and you like it and you want to keep it? You can that not go, normally when I buy things I want to keep it. So I don't know how that would work. What is this now? So pay attention to these. That's like so many questions. No problem. Yeah, no problem. Any questions at all? And even though I don't post that much on Instagram, if you message me on Instagram, I'll respond to you. Um, yeah, just any questions at all, shoot them. They have a lot of clothes and possessions. No, also we have a lot of clothes and possession. I really don't, I really don't. I really don't. I wish I had. Let's say I had more. No, I'm okay with what I have. Uh, I have, and the thing is, I think before I left the big trip, the last big trip, I had I gave away when I came back. I gave away most of my. I think I gave a suitcase of clothes. I gave it away and had to get some new clothes because it just wasn't fitting anymore. That's where we've been talking, but you don't answer regular. What? Who said don't answer regular? Sometimes, listen, I'm trying to. What I do sometimes because I know like Instagram can be distracting. Every time when somebody posts something, it pings me. So sometimes I just turn off notifications, and sometimes all weeks when I look for it. Weeks. No, makes sense. You don't have souvenirs for us fans. You know what? I think I've thought about it, but I was thinking, what kind of souvenirs would you guys need? And I'm thinking about getting branded stuff. I thought about it for this year, but I didn't have enough time to get anything. See, sure. I think um yeah, so I'm thinking about what I could give you guys. So it would be travel related stuff, travel accessories. So it would be, I don't know, bag tags, or I wouldn't say water bottles. I feel like everybody give away water bottles. But whatever travel accessory related, especially things that I know I use. So maybe like those are the containers that you can put stuff in, like shampoo and all that. So like a little packet with the containers, because I use it a lot, and I feel like it will come in handy because when I travel, you use out of that. You brush, use it to, if you put a little toothpaste in there or your face cream or whatever. So I think about giving about a little package with that in it. Maybe travel planners, um, anything travel related that will help you on the trip or to plan the trip or after the trip. So maybe like a little souvenir collection, so you could put photos or probably stickers in there, whatever it is. I'm gonna think about it and see how I can come up with some things to give away. But if you have any ideas on what you would want to see, or what kind of gifts you'd like or souvenirs you would like, I don't know. Does T-shirt work? I don't know, but I could definitely do some T-shirts as well. I'm actually going to work on getting a company branded T-shirt, um, and then probably do some custom ones to give away. Uh, so yeah, I'll be working on that. And the 12 Travels of Christmas, I'm a couple years behind. I normally give it out, push it out during the Christmas time. But the problem is, I was away for like two of the Christmas. I was away, and then one of them actually was trying to work on Saint Catherine last year. When I went, my third attraction was no, I'll tell you my third attraction. My third attraction, it was over in Portmore. And when I went there, okay, I won't tell you. When I went there, it was a skating rink. You could a skate, is it skate land? Yeah, it's like a skate land in Portmore. So I went there and it was fine. I never have any helmet or anything. Within like 5 minutes of being on the thing, I fell and injured my elbow. I was out for the entire season, so I just stopped recording. And heal myself. So I traveled the first time because I had a flight a couple of days after that incident. So I traveled the first time in a wheelchair going to the US. I was in a wheelchair, and let me tell you, if you don't know anything before, traveling a wheelchair is the fastest way to get to an airport. You don't go through regular lines, you don't go to the regular customs. It's like a shortcut for everything. Very, very fastest way to get to the airport is traveling uh, in a wheelchair. I need You need to plan hard for the next. So write down all of this. Yeah, so I definitely, yeah. I'm really working on the next trip. It's gonna be a big one. So I definitely know it's gonna be a lot of logistics, a lot of money to that's gonna be into that. So I have to be strategic, and also the order of how I choose the countries, because I have to look on the flights too, because a flight to a particular country can be expensive from this country and cheaper from this country. So I'm gonna have to do a bunch of research to figure out how to navigate that to make sure the costs stay down. So it's a lot of work, a lot of research. But as I go along, I will let you guys know what's going on, and I'll try to see if I could have like a version so you can stay updated while you watch the older ones. So I'm gonna figure out how to do that. So you have a balance of what's happening now versus the older stuff where you're country number 5 and I'm at country number 21. My last country was last month and I went to Bahamas. Yeah, I went to Bahamas. That was the last country. So I'm gonna be very strategic with this with the next set of countries and make sure that you guys can follow along the new one while watch new sets of videos while watching the old ones. So that's the plan I have for next year. Any other questions before we sign off? I think we've been over. It's almost an hour now. We've been at this. So for those who missed it, if you see it and it's like a replay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And you can just watch the video, and you can ask questions below once this is published. What you think, anything that you like to see on the channel, any ideas that you might have. Because I remember from previous live that we had, I remember one person had said that they wanted to see me skydive in Hawaii. It's still in the back of my head. Skydive in Hawaii. And then there was another somebody had mentioned something about China. So I'm gonna go to China too, but I'm gonna be strategic with China because it's really big. So I have to figure out where in China I want to go in the first visit. I can probably come back another time, but I'll do like all of these countries going to be a first visit. What I think about the place, things that are native to the country, collecting the current local currency, taking the bus, going to the supermarket, all those things that I'm normally doing countries, the same thing approach, but I'm going to add something to it by wearing probably their native outfit and do a photo shoot or something, and then do one native activity, and then probably do a touristy one. So I'm still planning on how I'm gonna navigate that, but I know it's gonna be a lot of research and a lot of work, and also time zone. It's gonna be in a whole different time zone. So I'm definitely have to plan for that as well, and making sure I don't lose money in the process. So that's the plan I have for the channel. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Christmas and New Year's when it comes. And yeah, eat some nice food and enjoy Christmas wherever you are. Hold on. Safe travels. Wishing you all the best. All right. Oh, I said mega jack of hearts. Yes, all the best. All the best to you as well. And I'm about to do oxtail. First of all, this is my first time cooking oxtail for Christmas. Well, first time cooking it in general, but I've been using ChatGPT to help me cook it. I've been using AI to help me cook it, following instructions. So I'm working on it right now. So yeah, I'm gonna finish cooking and watch some Christmas movies, and that would be my evening and my night. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Christmas. And let me see, consider swimming with whales. You know what? I'm gonna write it down. Actually, the best place to swim with whales, is it whales or sharks? I think is in South Africa. South Africa is on my list for next year. Um, Swimming with whales. We're gonna find out the best country, but I know I have a friend who teach people how to swim. I think it's with sharks. I'm not sure if it's sharks or whales. But here's the problem. I don't know how to swim. I don't know how to swim, so that's the thing I had to work on with. Remember to answer your messages. Which ones? The one I have on Instagram? I'm gonna work on the swimming part. So I tried in 2018 to swim. I went to the YMCA in Half a Tree, and the instructor threw me in the deep part of the sea, of the sea of the of the pool, And I said, who me not go back? I say I'm not going back. I woke up with nightmares. I woke up thinking I was drowning. So my plan for January coming next week. Well, yeah, I'm going back to the swimming class. They also have hiked up the price on me. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I have two comparison and the prices have doubled. But it's something I want to do. So I'm gonna learn. That's my goal. For the next 3 months, I'm not gonna travel to go anywhere. Well, we'll see. My hope is I'm not gonna travel to go to the for the next 3 months. I'm gonna learn how to swim. I'm gonna do that every week. I'm gonna go to the place and like learn to swim and then go to Asia with the knowledge of learning to swim. Right? And then I can think about swimming with the whales part. But I have to learn to swim first. They want to use their camera equipment, you know. Yeah, to go on Titanic. I can't listen. You know how many people on Titanic who couldn't swim because they thought they couldn't. It was yeah. I'm gonna work on the swimming part. I'm gonna work on the swimming part. You said I can hit myself. Oh, I said I can hit myself. Yeah, but it's not. I'm not confident. Here's the problem. You see, the minute I can no longer feel the bottom, that panic, the whole panic mode. The minute I'd like stretch, and there's nothing to like feel, that's it. It's game over. So I definitely have to work on that. Learn to see is stuff, but let's see master the whole newer opens. Yes, and is that there are a couple places I want to go. Like in Mexico. Mexico has a an underwater museum, and I really wanted to do it. The problem is it's in deep ocean, not deep deep. You can't swim because they'll guide you, and I really wanted to do it, but I couldn't do it because I can't swim. They say you can't swim, so we can't take you with us. So I'm gonna learn how to swim so I can go back to Mexico to see the underwater museum. And Jamaica, I know, is working on an underwater museum. I think in a previous video I'd shared it. I did an episode in Portland where when we went out to see the museum. So hopefully they would have put more statues in there by now. But I know Jamaica is working on a museum there underwater in Portland. Also, Guinea has an underwater. Yeah, and I think Cayman has one too. Is it Cayman or Bahamas? And I think it's Cayman. I don't remember. One of those other Caribbean countries have it as well. So that's something I would always I always wanted to do. I just gotta figure out how to swim and also what to do when you go down there and you see things that live down there. Because I don't want to be down there swimming and see something like a sea snake, that which I just found out existed. First of all, I don't deal with snake on land. So seeing a snake in the water while I'm swimming down there, I don't know how that going to work. But I will work on it and do some. I think once I figure out how to swim, I would do a whole series just with the underwater museums so I can explore it. And I wonder if you could do it like swim to or do deep diving under Port Royal so you can see the town under there. Well, the city under there. That would be like really cool. But I think you need permission for that one. That was something I would definitely want to do to explore Port Royal down there. So yeah, that's my plan. Swimming with whales and what's editing actions, all that stuff, getting camera gears, making the colors pop. So I got your comments and I'll take them into consideration when I'm making my next plan. And I will let you guys know. We'll try Port Royal first. Excellent idea. With Yardi, okay. I think I heard about Yardi divers. I saw a couple of video with them. But they're different kind of different kind of swimmers. Them can't swim. So I'll definitely reach out to them when I learn how to swim. But when I learn to swim, I'll reach out to them and then we figure out it. But I think you need permission to go to the air because I know that they were saying there are some areas down there that is still intact. For example, like the church, there's a church there where at certain time of the day, depending on where you are, you can see the top of the church down there. So there are some things that are still intact down there that I would definitely love to see. Woof, I would definitely love to see that. So yeah, when I learn to swim, I have a couple of things on my list that I would like to knock out. And then once I can officially swim now, I would try to do a triathlon. I would love to do the Ironman. That's like a big goal of mine to do the Ironman. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoy the rest of the year. I know the other half of Jamaica is still going through their issues. I'm about to go down there next week, which is why I shipped down a barrel last month, and I'm about to collect it next week to go down to that side of the country, the country, to assist people down there because most of my family is on that side of the Jamaica. We're talking Manchester, St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, St. James, St. Hanover. Parents on both sides, everybody's on that side of the country. So I am gonna go down there and assist who I'm gonna assist. So yes, guys, see you. Have a great day and a great Christmas and New Year's, and I'll talk to you guys later. Oh, ciao. Bye, bye, bye.